Today I'm going to be reading a very rare Neville Goddard passage in where he explains how he manifested his second wife, his one true love, in very almost impossible circumstances. What was the circumstance? He already was married and he was separated from his wife for 12 years. But back in the 40s, you couldn't just divorce your wife or husband. You needed to have actual grounds for divorce. His first wife didn't want to just say that Neville is divorcing her because of adultery. By the way, here are the documents where it was signed that they divorced from adultery, but Neville actually explains what really happened in this lecture. Before we get into this juicy video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I talk about Neville-based and law of assumption-based content all the time. I know that you love this channel. I know that this video is going to be the best video that you have ever watched. And I know that I am your favorite YouTuber, coach, and course creator. You are also more than welcome to book one-on-one coaching with me on RitaKaminski.com. This is just where we talk back and forth about your situation, what you'd like to manifest. I construct a manifesting routine for you. I give you the best affirmations and the best techniques that are suited to you and your situation. I would love to get to know you and talk with you. So again, go on RitaKaminski.com to book sessions with me. The success stories speak for themselves. That also is on RitaKaminski.com. All right, so let's just get right on into it. When I met the girl who now bears my name and who is the mother of my daughter, the very first time I met her, I knew she was going to be my wife. She didn't know it, but I knew it. We sailed for Barbados 6 months later, and she met my mother and met my family. Met them all. They all loved her. That was back in 1936. In New York City, because of the archaic law that is now passed, you couldn't get a divorce unless she was insane for 7 years or for adultery, and that's all. The Orthodox Christian churches had sewed the whole thing up so that it made life miserable and made everything simply a burden to all. When I met her, I had such an entangled background. I went to bed and slept as though I was happily married to the girl who now bears my name. I did not have any physical emotion with her, just that she was sleeping there and I am here. And it's blissful. I did that for 1 solid week. Then comes a telephone call from the court one morning telling me that I must come down to this federal court on Tuesday morning. I was groggy. It was early in the morning. And in those days, I didn't rise as early as I do now. And so I just said, all right. And I hung up. Well, on Tuesday morning that I was supposed to be there, I made no effort to go there. And about 9:30, the phone rang. It's the court. They said to me, you are supposed to be here in court this morning. We meet at 10. And I said, what on earth am I supposed to be in court for? They said, well, it happens that your wife is arrested. And we thought maybe you could throw some light on the reason for her arrest. Well, I wasn't shaved. I simply threw myself into some clothes and off I went in a taxi down to the court. I got there just as they were bringing her in. A man whispered there were 3 judges, into one judge's ear that I was in the audience. The judge asked me to take the stand. You don't have to swear, but will you please take the stand and throw some light on the behavior of your wife? She tells me that you've been separated now for almost 14 years. I said, yes. Is it a religious reason why you've been separated? I said, no, none whatsoever. We knew we were wrong the very first day we got married. We knew it was completely a failure right away. Then he read the case. She was picked up for shoplifting. They went to her home and found other things in her home. He said, what can you say of this? I said, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really think she's a shoplifter. As far as I'm concerned, she just moved under compulsion. Daddy Neville is so good with words. Take into consideration her age. She is 8 years my senior, and she is passing through a certain emotional state. And do be lenient. We have a son who lives with me, and I don't want anything to happen to his mother that would cast any shadow on his life. He is a wonderful boy. He is in my charge by law. He is in my home, lives with me, and I don't want anything to happen to her that in any way would reflect upon my son. The judge said, you know, in all of my years on the bench, I have heard no plea by one for another who has every reason in this world to get her committed, because that in any other state would be enough for a divorce. And yet he pleads for her. He sentenced her to 6 months, and then on my plea, he suspended it. She met me outside and said, Neville, that was a very decent thing to do. Give me my papers. She knew I was looking for her. My dancing partner had told her I was looking for her to serve the papers and therefore to be scarce and move out of New York City. So she did. But she had to commit the act, and they had to call me and ask to throw light upon that. How could I condemn her? Who was the actual cause of her shoplifting? I slept as though I was blissfully married to the girl who now bears my name, and I had to get the evidence. I had to get some reason to bring the action. And here, my wife actually gave me the papers. I said, I don't have the papers with me. She said, I'm driving home to your place right now and you can give me the papers. That is illegal to serve your own papers, but she drove up to my hotel where I was living. I went to my room and came down to the lobby and gave her the papers, did my own serving. Now, that is an illegal thing in this world. Then I got my divorce in the city of New York, then I could marry the girl who now bears my name. When I told that, I told it only to tell people of that one word, the first word on the cross. Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. They are all moving under compulsion, and the unseen causation is hidden from the world. They do not know who is treading in the winepress. And I was treading in the winepress to be happily married to a girl who was not then engaged to me. I couldn't be engaged to her under the circumstances. And then my wife behaved in such a manner that it made it real and natural for me to do what I did. How could I blame her? The reason why I love Neville Goddard so much and his examples is he paints this picture where he wants something really bad, right? Or one of his clients. And he explains in detail how they go about manifesting their thing. But what I find the most interesting and what I love the most about his teachings and his lectures and his examples is that he shares of times where the client or he himself does basically everything against for this manifestation to show up in the 3D. So you know how I tell you don't do anything in the 3D to force your outcome that you want, like don't text your SP, whatever. Neville takes it a step further and he actually does everything against the manifestation because he knows how powerful his subconscious is. Stay with me here. So instead of being like, don't text this person, he'll be like, I'm blocking this person right now. And then I'm going into my imaginal mind and they're gonna turn up at my doorstep. Like the fact that he went into his mind to see his now wife sleeping in bed with him and then to defend his first wife because it's the decent thing to do and their son is living with Neville Goddard. Like if he was really to meddle with the 3D, he could have been like, lock her up and also I want to get my papers so I can divorce this crazy woman. He didn't do it in a manipulative way because he already knew that it was done in the 3D. So even if he does everything against for his manifestation to happen in this 3D world, it is still gonna manifest. Just like in his famous example of getting his clients to imagine themselves climbing a ladder and then affirming, I won't climb a ladder, I won't climb a ladder, I won't climb a ladder. They still climbed the ladder because what you see in your mind, what you touch, taste, feel, hear, smell, and can really put your whole body into is far more powerful than affirming, than putting in any action in the 3D, because you are telling your mind that it's already done right now. You're already living it. And like, he didn't even want to go to court. He didn't even go to court. Like, all of the powers that are available are going to make you get to where you need to go in order for your manifestation to happen, even if you don't want to. So this is exactly what you must do to manifest anything. And this should give you relief that I don't need to do anything in the 3D. I just have to go in my imaginal mind just in the evening. I've given you the blueprint. This is what I've been giving you all along. To go at nighttime, close your eyes when you're not distracted, go within, imagine your scene for 5 seconds, taste it, feel it, smell it, see it, touch it. Touch is very, very important because it literally teleports you to that place. I have been imagining touching the cold YouTube plaque of 1 million subscribers, and it's been feeling way realer than any of the other times that I have done it. And I have incredible ideas. I feel like I'm in the Sabbath state. I don't feel like I need to manifest to get something anymore, because I, by proxy of being in that imagination every single night, already feel like I have it because I've lived it already in my mind physically. I've literally teleported into that situation. And you have to see it as you're not daydreaming, you're actually there right now in this moment. It's like you're parallel shifting to that reality, and your subconscious mind has no choice but to match that. Do this tonight and let me know how it goes. Be like Neville, do 1 week, but I'm telling you, you will start to see the remnants of the evidence of your manifestation coming to fruition the following day. And let me know how it goes in the comments down below. I love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing day. Again, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the algorithm. Subscribe, comment down below with your results. And I know that there will be results, and you're helping hundreds of thousands of other people be inspired. You are supporting others with your amazing words. Don't forget to go on RitaKaminski.com to book one-on-one coaching with moi, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone. Mwah.